Namaskar. The topic of discussion in this module is about the Arctic Ocean. The oceanic region around the North Pole is named as the Arctic Ocean. The Arctic Ocean is the smallest of the world's 5 major oceans. It occupies only 3.3% of the world's oceans. The Arctic covers a vast ice covered region bordered by the Greenland, Canada, Alaska, Norway and Russia. The Arctic Ocean is entirely covered with ice for almost 8 months of a year. The drifting polar ice pack covers the central and western portions of Arctic all through the year. The sea temperatures seldom rise above 0 degree centigrade over this ice capped terrain. The Arctic has been the object of much exploration by various workers, including the geographers. One can travel to the other side of the globe in the shortest distance by a plane between the continents in the northern hemisphere by crossing over this Arctic. The Arctic Ocean is the most inaccessible and least studied of all the Earth's major oceans. Due to the extreme climatic conditions, the floor of the Arctic Ocean has been studied less than that of any other oceans in the world. Studying the geographic and oceanographic conditions of the Arctic Ocean are very interesting aspects due to several reasons and amazing facts. Among the oceans, the Arctic is a unique region. It is an ocean of ice, water, rocks and resources with human and other fauna and flora. Hence, the following aspects are included in this module: the geographic setting of the Arctic, the morphology of ocean floor, the fauna and flora of the Arctic Ocean, the human life and population thriving in Arctic region, and the impacts of global warming on the Arctic Ocean. Let us see the first part, geographic setting of the Arctic Ocean. If we look at the globe, the area of the Arctic Ocean can be defined as the region north of the Arctic Circle above 66 degree 33 minutes north latitude. Arctic region covers a total area of 14.056 million square kilometers. It includes the Baffin Bay, the Barents Sea, the Beaufort Sea, the Chukchi Sea, East Siberian Sea, Greenland Sea, Hudson Bay, Hudson Strait, Kara Sea, Laptev Sea, Northwest Passage and other tributary water bodies. Nearly landlocked, the Arctic Ocean is bordered by Greenland, Canada, Alaska, Russia and Norway. The Bering Strait connects it with the Pacific Ocean, and the Greenland Sea is the chief link with the Atlantic Ocean. No country owns the geographic North Pole or the region of the Arctic Ocean surrounding it. The surrounding Arctic states that border the Arctic Ocean are Russia, Norway, the United States, Canada and Denmark via Greenland. All surrounding countries have areas limited to a distance of 370 kilometers range only, that is up to 200 nautical miles distance of their economic zone around their coasts. Geologically, a large basin is occupied by the Arctic Ocean in the center of it. It is surrounded by the ancient continental shields of the North America, Europe and the Asia. Geologically, more recent lowland plains, low plateaus and mountain chains exist at the center of the Arctic basin. In the Arctic region, surface features vary from low coastal plains to high ice plateaus and glaciated mountains. In climatological terms, the Arctic is defined in terms of the treeless zone of the tundra zone and of the regions of permafrost in the northern hemisphere. Tundras, extensive flat and poorly drained lowlands dominate these regions. In the Arctic, the most notable highlands are the Brooks Range of Alaska, the Inuitians of the Canadian Arctic archipelago, the Urals and the mountains of eastern Russia. Greenland is the world's largest island and has a highly elevated plateau occupied by a vast ice sheet except in the coastal regions. Much smaller ice caps are found on the other Arctic islands. The climate of the Arctic, classified as polar, is characterized by a long cold winters and short cool summers. The polar climate may be further subdivided into tundra climate and ice cap climate. Precipitation in this region is entirely in the form of snow. Snowfall is very low, with the annual average precipitation for the region is less than 51 centimeters. The climate in the Arctic is characterized by the persistent cold and relatively narrow annual temperature ranges. The winters are characterized by continuous darkness, cold and stable weather conditions, and also clear skies. The summers are characterized by continuous daylight, dampy and foggy weather. Sometimes the region experiences weak cyclones with rainfall or snowfall. Coastal Arctic climates are moderated by oceanic influences, having generally warmer temperatures and heavier snowfalls than the colder and drier interior areas. Great seasonal changes in the length of the days and nights are experienced by the north of the Arctic Circle. Variations that range from 24 hours of constant daylight or darkness at the Arctic Circle to 6 months of daylight or darkness at the North Pole are the typical observations of this region. Some regions are considered as the land of the midnight sun.